Morning guys, I just thought I'd do a quick video because people keep asking about the stream setup. Now, excuse the mess in the house, it gets extra messy after these stream nights and there's wires everywhere. It looks like I'm living in some sort of repair shop or something, but I'll flip the camera and I'll show you what's there and what we cobbled together. This is what I cobbled together out of bits I had in the house and the van way back when the quarantine started, but some of this is work stuff. So that tripod, this laptop, some of the cabling came from work, from the work van, so that will be going back once this is over, so don't panic work. Thank you for, I hope you don't mind me using it. Then we've got, to start with, the old Denon controller. This thing was wasn't even an expensive one 7 or 8 years ago when I bought it. It was just what worked when I was discoing, because it had only really needed 2 channels. As you probably tell by the streams, I don't really mix, really. Would like to have had a couple of mic channels though. It's only got 1. There's no EQ on the mic, which is also a bit useless. The first couple streams I used 2 laptops instead of this PC, but whilst we've been in lockdown, with a bit of help from Matthew, I've been bringing that thing back to life. It's had a few upgrades and graphics card and stuff so it can play Wreckfest. So let's turn it on. Let's turn it on. I'm waffling a bit. Let's turn them on. I don't know why I didn't turn them on first. So yeah, so we start off with the mixer. That's running on this computer. So that's where the main audio comes from. The radio mic, which came from a customer at work, they were throwing it away. Plugged in at the back there. There's the receiver. So then the audio signal comes out of there along this absolute spaghetti here, which will be cleaned up when quarantine's over, into the old Citronic mixer that I have because I still muck around with things, and also there's a deck under here and you need a preamp, don't you? It goes into there, and then that is so I can have monitoring through the sort of surrounding in the house. Into this one, which is off at the moment. That one's got 2 outputs. That comes back across here and goes into the USB mixer for audio capture for the stream. So it's kind of the audio bounces all the way over and then bounces all the way back, just so I can have monitoring in the room. I suppose in retrospect I could have just unbalanced across. I don't know, I could have done that. What I meant to say with regards to the Citronic mixer, part of the thinking of leaving that one in and being a bit more complicated with the cabling was so that I could use Spotify via my phone, this phone, if I got stuck or if there was a breakdown or something. And I could also, the initial plan was to play some records as well through the deck. So I wanted to have that mixer and the things that are plugged into it in the loop. Also, whilst we've got this USB mixer, there's one of my old disco microphones just here in case the batteries go flat. I won't hear that in my monitoring, of course, because it jumps in here directly into the laptop. Virtual DJ is what I use, so think about that, what you want. That's what I always use when I discoed. And then OBS over here. With OBS you can set up like a bunch of scenes and then just record them. There's probably keyboard shortcuts. I've not really played with it, I just got it up and going. So I'm simply using the laptop camera for a sort of face cam. And this here is it's like a GoPro look-alike. It's an SJ cam. They're actually kind of decent. I use it for my banger camera, and I didn't know it did a PC cam thing. I suppose it's obvious, but I just plugged it in, it just worked, and that's how I had 2 cameras from the beginning. That's Virtual DJ for those who don't know it. It's very super simple. I've never tried anything else, so you know, Serato or Recordbox might be better. I honestly never used it, never bothered. So all my music's arranged sort of down there. That's on USB as it happens, and then I haven't really updated my songs since the sort of 4 or 5 years since I've done mobile discoing, so kind of the reason why I've been doing older themed nights. headphones for listening. I think I've covered it all. Little lights down there for a bit of fun. I've got lights up in there as well, like people do just for a bit of fun. So I think that's kind of it. What else is there? Have a little light down there. These are overlays. I guess you could make them yourself if you knew the dimensions accurately in an image maker. They're just PNGs with like backgrounds. So this is like an unanimated one, so it's just colours. And I just made that on a website that allowed you to make one for free. I've used this multi-stream platform called Restream, which integrates with OBS to automatically, so it's super easy. It's really not hard at all, and that allows you to stream multiple platforms at the same time. So obviously you can see Facebook, YouTube and Twitch there, and once you click start stream down the bottom here, it shows you that they're active and shows you how many people are there. And then it doesn't integrate as well with Facebook, but all of the chats from the other two platforms come through here, but it's quite a small window. But I did find that I could expand that onto a web-based page and see it with a bit more space to see. But then I kind of need to monitor the levels down here to make sure I'm not hitting the red. One little trick I was using for that, if anyone cares, was this one here. The main mix output actually doesn't affect the level that goes into the laptop. So I was setting that down to the point where they were just flicking red when it was at the level I wanted here. So then I could then fine tune with this one, then adjust that so I could see it was a good level here, and then adjust that so I was just touching the red, so I knew when I got to that level that's where I should, if I just saw just a flick, that was about right. I was around 0 here, so I was trying to run everything sort of right as best as I could, but when you're trying to read comments and things, and sometimes it goes a bit off. But yeah, that's it. That's all there is to show, really. This thing's not on, but if it was, it'll move the debris. I think you have to load a song. Don't even know what song that is. Usher, apparently. Move it around. You won't hear anything because the amp's not on. There you go. That's it.